kill my confidence. You think I give a fuck? That's what they do. You can't kill my confidence. You think I give a fuck? That's what they do. You can't kill my confidence. You think I give a fuck? That's what they tell me. All the fucks I ever give.
Hello and good evening, everybody. How are we doing? Let me just take this off. I'm sweating. Just bear with me 1 second. Oh. Oof. That does hold in a lot of heat. How are we doing, everybody? It is Saturday night and it's Evolution Racing again. But tonight we have Tier 1 in the league going around Imola. Now, last night, probably a race to remember for a few people, especially one man who we know very well, Mr. Dusty Bassoon. Amount of penalties he picked up, it wasn't very good, so we'll be hoping and praying that that man's got some practice in today and is going to be able to manage the track. J7BP, the man at Tier 1, is absolutely storming it this season, holding P1 in the championship by 37 points, I think it is. Do apologise for that. Let's just get over to it and have a proper look. So, yeah, let's have a look. So, we've got J7BP in at P1. There's Dusty Bassoon in at P2, but there is a massive gap. There is a huge gap, people, and Dusty needs to close this gap down. We've got Night Owl in P3, but I don't think he's racing this evening. Nox Desiree is P4. Good to see him so high up. More leader in at P5. We've got Kai in the Williams in at P6. Obo's P7. We've got Websit in at P8. Optic P9. Espin in at P10. Raspian is 11. Razagamer is 12. Evo Redders is 13. Wonderboy is 14. Midfield Maestro 15. And then we've got the reserves filling out the rest of the positions. Crabo is in 16. Carlito in 17. Cha-Cha, who was doing really well last night until they picked up a hefty amount of damage. And it was like I almost give her the commentator's curse, because as soon as I finished bigging her up, she picked up a penalty, which was very unfortunate. And I think a lap later ended up DNFing out of the race, which was, again, unfortunate. She was doing really well in that race. It was a shame to see her go out. But then we got Hassan at P19 and Dodo's in at P20. So let's have a look who's actually going to be racing this evening for Tier 1. There will be a few reserves, quite a few not turning up. As I said, Night Owl, he's not racing. Webbs is not racing. Espin not racing. So we've got Dot, I ain't got a clue who that is, in the Red Bull with Wonderboy. Then we've got Dusty Bassoon in the Mercedes with Razagamer. Ferrari, it's Nox Desiree, but we'll get to his teammate in a minute. McLaren, it's Raspian and Ace Drakes. Midfield Maestro and More Leader team up for the Aston Martin. In the Alpine, it's Ryu Master and J7BP. In the Williams, we've got E69 and LRS Nello. In the V-Carb, it's the big man Obo Alf and Astris. In the Kick Sauber, Carlito all on his own. got it all to do for the Kick Sauber team this evening, and Hayden Cole and VJMV are the Haas team for this evening. So that's everybody. Someone's not happy with what team they're in. But we've got Razza in the chat. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Hope you are well. Watched your Streamers and Cole Canada race today. Did very well considering you picked up damage quite early, and it was really good to watch how you managed that damage and still managed to pick up a P5. So congratulations, Razza, on his result today over at Streamers and Co. But yeah, it is Imola this evening, Evolution Racing. And as I pointed out in the beginning, Imola track limits are vicious. We seen it last night on the channel with the realistic tier. They were kicking ass. In the 25%er, I think it was a record for me personally watching a race. The whole grid, apart from one man who is leading the championship, J7BP, did not pick up a penalty, but the rest of the grid's penalties combined was 100 seconds plus. Now, that just means that they are going for it. They are trying to race one another, and the track limits are kicking their ass. They got their race directors together, put it into the stewards, because I do think some of the corners, the track limits are ridiculous. They're not correct. They really aren't, and I think it bites people. J7BP wasn't invincible, though. In the 35%, he did manage to pick up a 3-second time penalty, but this evening, can he go penalty 3 like he did at Canada? Manages to pick up the win due to being penalty free last time out. Can he extend that championship lead at Imola? I mean, the race start, do you take qualifying and try and start in P2 or P3 to try and get a better start? I mean, if Dusty does put a lap together and starts P1, I know Dusty, it seems like I'm going on Dusty a lot, but I love him. His race starts are his weak point at this moment in time. He does need to lock that in. You could probably get him into turn 1 if you start in P2, as long as you get a better start than him. There is some really good races here tonight. J7BP, championship leader, obviously. He's showing us why he is the champion, especially in the realistic last night. It was an absolutely brilliant race, 25%er. The 35%er, not so much. 2 safety cars turned into a bit of carnage, in fairness. But let's hope that they can really solidify the track. You've got a 553 metre run down into turn 1 from the start finish line. So, well, from the starting point on the grid when we get the race underway. One of the longer on the calendar. So that's why you do tend to see a lot of cars going off, a lot of wheel banging, maybe even a safety car in turn 1, because you get a better start than the person in front of you. You're gonna go for it. You're gonna try and go for it. We're all natural racers. We all try and go for it, and we all try and get that position early, which is what you need to do, especially at Imola. Try and get that track position. With the tyre strategy, you're definitely probably going to see a lot of drivers starting on the hards, taking their mediums at the end. I reckon lap 20 for the hards will be the pit stop phase, and then going on to the mediums, maybe even a lap or 2 more, maybe lap 21, 22. You could see people extend to try and have the quicker tyres till the end of the race. As long as they don't drop too far back, then that's going to be a great choice. If it's inters, I mean, we did have an J7BP was the only person to start on inters last night in the qualifying. Could shake things up race-wise if we do get some rain. It would be nice to actually get some rain in one of the races that we do comms on before the end of the season, as we've not had much rain. And rain does really sort the men from the boys. See who's good on the traction, who's got that car under control out of the corners. But I've just got some off steam, not a clue what that is. But yeah, hopefully we get some good racing here this evening. We've got 3 people in. We've got J7BP. We've got Oliver James as well watching along. Oliver James, hope you are well. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hopefully everybody has a good Christmas. Well, Christmas getting very close now. Only a few days out. I'm sure everybody is going to be watching the big fight tonight. Can Tyson Fury beat Alexander Usyk? That is the big question in the boxing world this evening. Can Tyson Fury come back? We've seen it when he's done a second boxing match with people that he has brought his A game. He seems very, very focused this time round. There's no playing, there's no joking, there's no messing around. He is locked in for this race. Is Tyson Fury this evening. Evening, J7BP. Hope you're well. Hope you're going to have a good race this evening. Extending that championship lead. Let's hope that we can see it. But yeah, the big question on. Does anybody know what time it starts? I know it'll be an early one. Is it? It's going to be about 10:30. Anybody know? Can anybody let me know in the chat? Or babe, are you okay? When are you getting bed? Pardon? It's not too early. Would you have a look at what time Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk starts? It's tonight. But yeah, Imola. Very good. Personally, do enjoy the track. Have a lot of fun racing here. Hopefully I can have some fun tomorrow night around 10. So it'll be straight off after this. I might even bring the telly over a bit and while I'm playing a bit of Fortnite with Carlito. We had some really good fun. I know I'm 36. Is this a 37? 37. And I'm playing Fortnite, but I'd rather play that than get cheated on in Call of Duty, to be honest. But yeah, me and Carlito had a lot of fun on Fortnite last night. It was really good. It was great to get a couple of games in. We actually got a win as well, which was even better. But yeah. Come on, people. Let's get hyped for Imola. Let's get hyped for Tier 1. Should be an absolutely cracking race this evening. Should have some great battles. We've got some drivers here that can go side by side with one another. Does give respect. Do give the space. So we should have an entertaining race here this evening. J7BP, will you be watching the boxing tonight? Anybody else in the chat? Will they be watching it? Where's the big man Obo? He's usually in. I need to get on F1. I'm too busy blabbing. Hang on. Don't need to do that. The game's already loaded. My Fortnite days are over. Hey, it's never over, J7BP. I don't do build or anything like that, me. That's too complicated for a man of my age. It's well too complicated. Me and Carlito, we just do 0 build, and we just have some fun, mate. That's what it's there for. Obo has invited me, so has Mr. Carlito. But yep, short quali, so 18 minutes of qualifying. Might watch it, depends how I'm feeling after the race. Well, let me know, J7BP, if you do have the ability. I might be able to help you out if you don't. J7BP joins at the same time as me there. Cracking. But yeah, we've got Dangerous Dave. This will be his debut here this evening. I think it'll be Asterisk's debut. Don't think I've commentated on them previously. We know Raspian, good pace. Can take the fight to the front few. But again, it's all going to be about penalties this evening. It's all going to be about if you can maintain your race pace, if you can keep your consistency, take them corners right, because you miss one of them. Oh, just overshoot it by a bit. And there he is, the big man. Obo Alf in the chat. Good evening, sir. You watching the boxing tonight, mate? Just been going on about the boxing with J7BP. And give me your votes. Who do we feel is going to win. Do we think Usyk can do it again, or do we think Fury's... I mean, after the face-off and the interviews, Fury just looks... He looks locked in. He looks like he's out for revenge this evening. As he said in the press conference, he is here to dish out pain. Good, good, good. Who are you thinking? I'm thinking Fury can do it. I know Usyk's got power and we've seen it. Usyk, different breed. Yeah, he is. He's really, really good. Don't get me wrong. Usyk is an absolutely quality boxer. But this is going to be a shocker of a race for me. Come on, Alfie. Don't say that. Don't say that, bro. But yeah, I think when Fury puts his mind to it, you've seen it with the Wilder fight. He was robbed. And I don't think he was robbed in the first one. I think Usyk, he won that by a landslide, I think. Fury did have the first couple of rounds, danced around, was all over Usyk. I might get 12 seconds of penalty. Yes, Mr. Crew. Evening, how we doing? How's it going, mate? But yeah, let me know in the chats who we feeling this evening. Are we feeling Mr. Fury? Or are we feeling Usyk? J7PP looks like he's definitely going for Usyk. I'm going to go Tyson Fury myself. I just think that first fight gave him a lot to think about, like it did with the Wilder fight. And he will have switched things up. Don't think you're going to see the laughy jokey trying to be Muhammad Ali. You know, I think you're going to see a locked-in Tyson Fury who's going to want to take those belts and bring them back to England. But I'm good, Mr. Crew. Very well. How's Bina? How's yourself? How are the kids? Hope all is well. As we're just waiting for a few more drivers to join the lobby. I'm just going to close this down 1 second. Din, 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 din. You know what? I'm never going to believe the views on the multi-stream. And now it goes up to 6. Always telling me the wrong ones. Oh, for fuck's sake. I wanted to chat up. That's good, bro. We all good. Just chilling, waiting for the fight. Yeah, man. Same here. I'll be definitely watching that one. But let's get over to the lobby and to see what Dusty is doing now in his Mercedes. I'm either good or Alfie is bad. Alfie was setting a 14-16 quality and I had a 13-5. Wow. Alfie, I was doing some quality today, mate, and you need to pick up the pace. That's all I'm going to say. And I think I've got at least a 10 for 2 more in it, to be fair. The quickest I've gone in a quality session, not in TT, is a 14-3. "15 minutes practice failed me." Didn't let you down, bro. Hey, you never know. You usually have a bad session and then you move into a good one, so you don't know, mate. You might even actually smash it this one. You might actually smash it. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, how many DRS zones? We've only got one DRS zone here at Imola, which is it? Yeah, from turn 19 to turn 1. That is it. The only DRS zone here. Hope race pace is better. Yeah, definitely. I mean, quali, you know, you want to get as high up as you possibly can, but then it is all about race pace. I do feel sometimes my race pace trumps my quali pace a hell of a lot, as you've probably seen from some of the qualies that I've done. I actually managed to get one of the quickest laps I've ever done around Canada last time out. Just a stream, the strategy let me down. I did think there was going to be another safety car. If there was going to be, I was set. But there wasn't. I had to cut my losses, go for the hards, and then Nico just broke a bit too much into the final chicane. Didn't quite read it. Thought he was going to be a lot quicker through there, and I got wing damage. But I was happy to still be battling with like ace drakes and stuff like that. And I'd better be getting overtake of the season for that overtake. I'm only joking. It was a good overtake though into that final chicane on Bono and ace drakes. Really good overtake. I was proud of it. Proud of a few overtakes in that race last week. Getting the 2 Mercs into the hairpin. That was a good overtake. So, yeah, very, very happy. Let's just hope that I can have a good one tomorrow night as well. But with 19 drivers, nice. 19. Crabbo and Obo, got to be happy with that one. Obo Alf now letting everybody know, get ready. As you can see, his tick illuminating there. And now we're just waiting for everybody to notice that he's actually readied up. And then the countdown will begin to short qualifying. We will have 18 minutes of fast laps. Who is going to come out in pole position? Has Dusty been putting the practice in? Is J7BP locked in? Is he here this evening? Decent turnout for Imola. It is a very, very decent turnout for Imola. Very, very decent. I would definitely agree there, mate. Definitely agree. 19. I mean, we had an all-time record here on the channel last night, Obo. I don't know if you tuned in, but in the 25% race, there was over 100 seconds of penalties altogether. Raspian in the chat, J7BP most probably on pole position. Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout at all. J7BP was lighting up qualifying as well. Marcy was doing really... Yeah, over 100 seconds in the 25% race. Not so many in the 35%. Not so many at all. But, yeah, if you go back and have a look at the penalties, yeah. Over 100 seconds. Hopefully we don't see that tonight. But with a 50%, you could see... Let's hope the record's not broken. That's all I'm going to say. Let's hope that record is not smashed this evening. $250 seconds. I mean, if you go off the percentages, 25%, I mean, and then you go up to another 25, we couldn't be far off, but I'm sure the lads took a lot from last night's race, even though it is the realistic cars, and obviously it's different feels, different handling for the cars, with it being realistic. I'm sure that they took a lot from it. I hope that Dusty Bassoon has been hammering the practice in today, because we don't want to see Dusty picking up penalty after penalty, because it was a bit of a shocker for him last night. It was very strange. If you go off what Dusty was doing last night, we could have a big headline this evening of Dusty Bassoon DSQ'd from a race. That could be genuinely happen if he hasn't got the practice in. If he's left it today and not bothered with it, and he does what he did yesterday, there could be, we could be seeing a DSQ from Dusty on time penalties. Are we going to see a DSQ for someone anyway? With the track limits being the way they are, we could potentially see it this evening. Not saying out of touch wood it doesn't happen. It's not something that I would like to happen, but Imola, as I say, track limits very bad on this game, and let's hope that nobody picks that amount up and gets DSQ'd from the race. But short qualifying is now upon us. 18 minutes of fast laps. Here we go, people. Sit back and enjoy as Tier 1 tackle Imola qualifying. Let's get it. Top G had a good race last night. Qualifying not so good, but his race pace was really, really good. So let's hope that he can do something here this evening. He was definitely mixing it. But looks like we've got some dry weather. Let me know. Dry for both. For fuck's sake. Why can't it switch it up? Why can't we get a bit of rain? As we've got a Haas leaving the pit lane. It's not Hayden. It might be JVN. Yeah, it is. It's VJMV coming out on track first. But thank you, Raspian, for the weather update. Really appreciate it, mate. So dry weather for both sessions. No signs of rain here this evening at Imola. So here we go. VJMV on his way. Starting a lap. He is going up to turn 7. Now, the trickiest parts for track limits for me is between turns 9 and 10 and then between 11 and 12. So as you just seen VJMV there going through 9 and 10, and then this corner, as you just see there, he does break track limits. That track map lighting up red. He is on an outlap, so it's not going to matter that much. Beth Boo's on streamboo.com. Nah, we're alright. We're alright. Look, VJMV now coming round the final corner. Well, technically it's turn 18. It's just gone through turn 19 now and hits the start finishing line, and now his lap begins. He's got a couple of cars that are going to want to hold off to let him pass. There's a Williams there in his way. That's a big moment. The Haas. That Williams, I don't know who that was. It wasn't Nello. So E69 F1 could be in a bit of trouble there. Didn't get off the racing line. And he has absolutely just ruined VJMV's lap there. But we'll jump down to the Alpine of J7BP, who is actually starting a lap now. He's on the inters as always, but we'll watch, see what his inters lap like. He loves going out on the inters first, going for a lap, testing the setup, seeing how it feels. So VJMV there, nearly out in qualifying. Had to take avoiding action on the Williams. The Williams just not reading the track, not reading the approach of the Haas driver, stayed on the racing line. And I feel that is definitely going to be a steward's inquiry after this one. And it, from what we've seen, it's definitely looking like a slam dunk for the stewards. There could be a time penalty being handed out to VJMV there. As Knox Desiree, 5-place grid penalty. Oh no, Knox Desiree is going to have to do well. He's going to drop 5 places here at the end of qualifying. So he's got to get a good position. And a 118.250 in dry conditions on the inters. Very good lap, but we've just had Raspian in the McLaren of 14.2. That's a great banker lap for the lad. Let's jump on board with Nello. Nello going through turns 11 and 12. Did well not to invalidate there. Great few corners. Cuts them to chicanes perfectly there as he goes through turns 14 and 15. He's now on the rundown to turn 17. This is a place. Oh, E69 has left the session. E69 F1 may need another invite there. It looks like a desync. But the Williams of Nello coming round the final corner, and it's across the line. It's a 14.9. I'm sure Nello's going to be happy with that one. Massive improvements from Nello. I have been trying to give him a few pointers today, and hopefully the pointers helped, because I think that'll be the first time he's into the 14s for Nello. Let's have a look at the McLaren. Oh, A-Strake's a 130. That's not a good lap. And invalidation as well. We've got VGMV. That car just not settling. Maybe he took a void in action. Let's have a look at Dusty Bassoon. Dusty has started the man in P2 in the championship. Good turns 1 and 2 there. Getting a good exit now. Full power here. Break into this next corner. Chuck it in like Dusty did. Clipping the sausage curbs. Small bit of braking into that corner. Carry the pace round through turn 7 there. Are we going to see a lap that's quicker than Raspian's here from Dusty Bassoon? He has to beat a 14.2, but Oberwal for 40. Wow. Oberwal for 14.9 as well. Good lap so far for the Williams and the VCARB drivers. But I'm sure Nello is going to be over the moon with that lap. Big improvements there for Nello. But here comes Dusty through turns 17 and 18. He goes. E69 F1 has joined back the session. And here we go with Dusty. Dusty's had a bad lap there. A 17. That's a bad lap for the McLaren driver. Dangerous Dave into the pits. Invalidates on his lap. Let's have a look at the other Haas. He's also invalidated. Where's Wonderboy? Here's Wonderboy. We know Wonderboy's got some decent pace. I feel like the McLaren was on the racing line there. And you shouldn't have to come off the racing line in quali. The drivers that are out, they should be coming off the racing line. But here comes Wonderboy. Round the final corner. This is looking like a good lap. A 14.3. Puts himself in at P2 there, Wonderboy. Good lap. As E69 F1 has left the session again. E69 F1's internet not doing him justice here. As we're on board with Asterisk. Trying to put a lap together. On an out lap. Just getting those tyres warmed up. The invalidation doesn't really matter. The only place you don't want to do a track limit invalidation is through turns 17 and 18. As it does invalidate the next lap as well. So you want to be erring on the side of caution through 17 and 18. Ooh, Asterisk does not want to be taking that chicane like that on their fast lap. But let's see what the VCARB driver can do. Can they go quicker than their teammate? Asterisk coming round turn 18. And now blasting down the start finishing straight. He will go to set his first fast lap here in qualifying. We've got a few cars coming out the pits there. They stay out the way. Well done from them drivers. E69 F1 joining again. Let's hope their internet signal holds on. As we've got a Mercedes. I think that may have been Raza Gamer having a massive moment there through turn 7. Because Raza is on a lap. Obo has just come out. I mean, Dusty has just come out. Was I on racing line? Raspian. What car are you in, Raspian? I don't know. I just feel like the inside line there, I think, so coming up round after 15 and 16, it's the left-hand side. The Red Bull just had to come out of line. So down here, like, I feel like, as you see there with Asterisk, they hold that inside left a bit more, and the Red Bull just had to go a bit out. But I don't think it ruined the Red Bull that much, to be honest, Raspian. But here comes Asterisk. This looks like a good lap of 14.351. It's invalid, so it must have invalidated in the final few corners there for Asterisk. We've got LRS Carlito on a lap. Good chicane there from Carlito. You may not have been Raspian. It just, that's the line I prefer to say. Oh, Carlito ruins the lap there. Going through the final chicane. Well, through turn 17 and 18, sorry. Very unfortunate for him. Dusty's in the pit lane. We've got a few boys out on the track now. Obo's looking to improve. Let's have a look at Nello. Is Nello improving on the lap? Nello going to be happy with his pace here. I'm sure he will be. It looks like he's on his way into the pits. I think he may have made a mistake in the first sector, which is costing more leaders out. What's happened to more leader? J7BP, the man at the top of the championship. Can he move up into pole position? He's out on the softs now. And he's up by a second. So that gets him into the 17s. So we need to find a few more seconds yet within this lap. And I'm sure he's got the pace to do so. The guy with track limits last night was absolutely spot on. Brilliant couple of corners there. He's on the run down to turns 14 and 15 now. 2.7 seconds is the improvement. He's going to have a big improvement there as well. So here we come with J7BP. What time? I think this could be provisional pole position from J7BP. As he comes round turn 18 now. On the run down to 19. It's up to the line for J7BP. Ooh, a 14.4. Goes in at P3. Raspian still holds provisional pole. And I think the McLaren driver... Oh, he just invalidates and he was up on his time there. That's gutting for Raspian. Raspian doing really well in qualifying there. Improves. Let's have a look at Obo. Has Obo found some more time on his lap as he comes through turn 19. Up to the line. It's a 14.6 for Obo. Puts him into P4. Got a lot of people still not get Nox Desiree invalidating. Remaster. Let's have a look at the Mercedes of Raza Gamer. Raza just making his way into turns 1 and 2. Hooks that up nicely. Gets a great exit out of 2. Now on the run down to turn 3. Full throttle into the slight braking. Get that car turned in. Now rubbing it through turn 7 here. Gets a good exit there. Using as much as the track as he could on that right hand side. As now Raza on the rundown to turns 11 and 12. Through 13 he goes. Takes that beautifully. Now it's all about this little chicane. It's a good time from Raza. He's up on Obos, definitely. This could be around J7BP, I feel, for Raza Gamer. Here we go. Through turn 17. Takes it perfectly. Exit of 18. Nice. Raza Gamer now through 19. It's up to the line. It's a 14.8. Thought it looked a bit quicker than that, but P5 for Raza Gamer. Good lap there. Awful lap, says J7BP in the chat. I know you've got more time in it than that, bro. But so's Raspian. Raspian looking quick here at Imola. Are we going to see a 13 from somebody? Where's Dangerous Dave? Dangerous Dave started his lap on the rundown to turn 1, through turn 2. Good few corners there from Dangerous Dave. Full throttle into this corner. Slight braking. Get that rotation. Now making his way through turn 7. And looking, oh, that Williams just having a bit of a desync there. E69 F1, that probably is. Internet not doing as what it should be doing, not doing as great, causing him to lag out, desync. So, yeah, Dangerous Dave hooking the laps up. It's a 50.470. Got to do better in sector 3. Nice chicane there for him. But I'm sure Nello is in dreamland at the minute. In at P6, in tier 1. As we see Dangerous Dave come round the final, round turn 18. I keep saying final corner, but it's not. 19 he goes through. It's a 15.6 for Dangerous Dave. Puts himself in front of Carlito there. As we'll move down to Ace Drakes. The man absolutely smashing it in Division 2. Ooh, but maybe just riding the sausage curbs a little bit too much there through turn 12. That could have cost him a bit of time. Oh, that's an invalidation. Definitely took too much curb through turn 15 there. And that's unfortunate for Ace Drakes. Let's have a look at E69 F1. I think the wifey has decided to go to bed. Very tired. Oh, E69 F1, big snap. How that weren't an invalidation, I don't know, but probably going to abandon. And that one definitely was, as A-Strakes retires from the session. Starting P20, will A-Strakes. Who've we got on out laps? Let's have a look at Dusty. Can Dusty improve? Can Dusty get up into the top 3 with this lap? As he's up to the sector split, he's down. What's going on with the bassoon here this evening? And that's track limits. So, we're on board with Obo Alf. He's letting cars through there. Oh, we've got a car turned round there. Obo getting out of the way there of the people that are out on track. I think Raspian may have just got some traffic there from the Haas. And Raspian up by over a 10.5. Good chicane there. Good turns 14 and 15 for Raspian. As he got the improvements to get into the 13s. Here we go with Raspian. He's on the rundown to the start finishing line. 3 turn 19. He goes up to the line. It's a 14.3 from 0.035. Fastest lap in qualifying so far. J7BP now starting a lap. VGMB retiring from the session there. Can J7BP get up in above Wonderboy and Raspian? Raspian has got provisional pole. J7BP up by 0.2. He needs to find another 2 as he goes through sectors 2 and 3 now. Can J7BP do it? The man leading the championship at this moment in time. He's got a healthy gap. As we go into the season break, he's up by nearly 0.4. Gets a good chicane there. J7BP, this could be very close between himself and Raspian. As here we go, through turn 18 he goes. On the run down to turn 19. And it's up to the line for J7BP. And it's a 13.916. Improves massively in sector 3. What a lap from the man himself. The championship leader finds himself in pole position. Let's have a look at Obo. Obo's in the pits. Bites out from his lap. Have we got anybody else? We've got Razza Gamer coming up to the line. Razza improves by 0.3 and is now P5. Nello, narrowly. But Nello, I'm sure, regardless how his quality's gone, he is going to be absolutely stoked knowing that he's managed to put a 14.9 in. And that'll be it for qualifying. Top G again. Not doing so great in qualifying. But we did see his race starts last night and the positions that he managed to get into, his race pace. He does have it here at Imola. It's just the qualifying just doesn't seem to be going well for him. Unless it's on purpose. I messed up invalidating my first run. Oh, lucky. But I tell you what, Raspian, still absolutely stellar job. P2. And a 1:14.035 for the lad. What a lap. Still brilliant. Still a great lap there from Raspian. But J7BP, the man who leads the championship, starts in pole position Is that the position to be in? Or is Raspian going to get a nice slipstream down into turn 1 and be able to get him? We'll have to wait and see. Asterisk coming out of nowhere there with a 14-1. Good lap. Knocks Desiree. Has a 5-place grid penalty. So he will be dropping down to P12. Which is very unfortunately. Yeah, definitely Raspian. P2, mate. Fucking cracking lap. Don't be silly. But that's qualifying over, people. We'll have a short break now before the race starts. And it's beautiful weather here at Imola this evening. It's cracking flags. So now the lads will be getting strategies sorted. Fuel amounts, what tyres they're going to start on. Personally, I think it's going to be majority hards. But do you want to start on the hards with Imola having a 100% safety car rating? That meaning that there's been a safety car at every race that's been held at Imola. So, we could... Is it worth starting on the mediums and then going to the hards? Or are the lads just absolutely going to smash it tonight? No safety cars and just go for it. We did see it in the 25% race. No safety cars at all. But the 35% last night is where it just unfolded for the realistic tier. And yeah, 2 safety cars very early on in the race. But that was a thrilling qualifying. The Raspian, even on old tyre, like, well, you had to do 2 extra laps on him. Well, an extra lap, still managing just to nearly get into the 13s on that. That's some pace, that. That is some absolutely cracking pace from the McLaren driver there. Could have been very close between himself and J7BP. If it would have been on the first lap, I would assume. But yep, the race will be starting very, very shortly. Could have done with some rain, but never mind. At least they've got a nice dry track to go at, and hopefully we get some good battles, some good side by side, and a very close grid in this race. We know we're going to see some people making moves from the back, like Top G, potentially Ace Drakes as well. Ace Drakes, very pacey driver. Top G as well, we seen him last night in the 25%er, just absolutely storming it, doing absolutely amazingly. So we know Top G's got some pace. But can JC... It's all about J7BP tonight. Can he extend that championship lead? 37 points is the difference to Dusty Bassoon. Dusty needs a win here this evening to try and close that gap down. Needs J7BP to not have the finest of races. But the big question about Dusty Bassoon is, has he got those track limit penalties down? He's not starting from a good place neither, Dusty. He's quite far back compared to J7BP, so J7BP can really take it easy unless Dusty's just found some pace and managed to put this track together. But it's going to be going very, very soon. And I hope everybody's ready for this. I hope everybody's buckled in, ready for this race to start. And yeah, J7BP, can you extend that title, the championship lead? Is it J7BP's season for a championship? So far, looking well for the lad. And to bet against him, I wouldn't. I'm actually going to put my money where my mouth is and say that J7BP takes the championship title this season. He's had a stellar season so far. And here we go. 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. The drivers are ready. And we go racing at Imola. Looks like J7BP gets a good start, but Raspian on the mediums. He's going to be attacking J7BP into the first corner. And there we go. Raspian sweeps into the lead with those mediums. Bit of contact further back. Razagamer swooping into P3. Astris was in P3, but is moved down to P6. Nello up to P5. Nello, let's hope that Nello can have a really good race here. We've got Dangerous Dave going past Nox Desiree. Ace Drakes and VGNV battling out in the background. It's very close at the back here. Obo Alf in at P7. Where's Dusty? Dusty P14 currently. Oh, that might be a track limit there for Nello. Oh, as we see a few cars backed up there. Carlito goes past Dusty Bassoon. Something's happened to Dusty Bassoon. He's dropped down to P18 now. Got Nello starting on the mediums. Is this the right tyre choice? Tell you what, J7BP has had an absolutely brilliant start. He's got them. He's in the slipstream. Razagamer looking to attack into turn 1. He's also on the mediums. But J7BP, brilliant start in behind the medium runners without a safety car. Advantage J7BP so far as we're on lap 2. There's a bit of a gap now. Wonderboy, 1.6 seconds off the lead. E69 F1, the first time penalty of the evening on lap 2. It's not been a great start for E69 F1. Carlito on the rear of E69 F1. Looking like the quicker driver out of the pair so far. He's all over the back of that Williams. Is he going to try and launch an attack on the Williams driver here? No, he just settles in. They all take the chicane nicely there. Dusty Bassoon though. He is on the charge. Looking to get some positions and get some moves done as Raspian, fastest lap of the race again. But DRS enabled. And J7BP's had a moment somewhere. He's a second off. Razagamer with the DRS gets up into P2. Dusty Bassoon going for the move on Carlito. Gets past Carlito before turn 1 there. We've got a Williams off E69. Was that E69 F1? Or was it Ryu? Ryu Master there in the Alpine. Having a moment. Dangerous Dave. Dangerous, have I just seen that right? Oh no, Dangerous Dave onto the hards. I think he may have pitted. But Raspian trying to get out, break the DRS to Razagamer. Raspian must really enjoy Imola. He's doing very well in these opening laps. Can we see track limits kept to a minimum here? Nello dropping out of DRS range there from Wonderboy. And he will not have DRS down this straight, but Obo Alf will. And is Obo going to go on the attack immediately to try and get onto the back of Wonderboy? Drag this little pack back into DRS range as Dangerous Dave picks up a 3-second time penalty. Obo going around the outside on Nello. And into turn 1 he goes. And it's the move done. And he brings them back into DRS range of Wonderboy now. But he's got to keep pushing as Obo. As I think Wonderboy is doing the exact same. Trying to keep them outside of the DRS. Let's have a look a bit further down. Dusty Bassoon and Hayden Cole. Dusty trying to go all the way around the outside on Hayden Cole and gets the move done. E69F1, another time penalty. That's 6 seconds of time penalties already. E69F1 not having fun here at Imola. Raspian, though, is loving this track. 1.2 second gap to J7BP. And, oh, as Raspian picks up a 3 second time penalty. Maybe pushing just a little bit too hard with that McLaren and picks up a time penalty on lap 4. Dusty trying to make moves. He's on the back of the D-slice. Nello down to P7 after the losing DRS. Obo Alpha's also pulled out of DRS range from Astris. And Nello knocks Desiree, making some good there. E69F1 retires from the session. He's retired in the pit lane. That's unfortunate, but Imola is a different animal. Track limits just takes it out of you, especially if you pick up 6 seconds early like he has, which is a very, very unfortunate for E69F1. Would have loved to have seen him go to the end, but just the track limits probably not agreeing with E69F1 here this evening. But Astris has managed to catch up. Nox Desiree, sorry, has managed to catch up to Obo Alpha. He's in DRS range. Wonderboy now is 3 seconds adrift from the top 3. And Raspian is just holding on to that raid lead. As Astris there, we see on board with him, breaking track limits, picks up a 3 second time penalty. But I'm sure Nello is loving the position that he's in at this moment in time. But he picks up a 3 second, just pushing it a bit too hard there, Nello, through turns 17 and 18. And that's where he picked up that track limit warning. He's got more leader chasing him down. As you can see there, Obo Alf, right on the back of Wonderboy, gets past. As Carlito past Hayden Cole in the background as well, Top G. And Dusty Bassoon battling it out. Had a good start to the race. No safety cars as of yet. Dangerous Dave. Miles back, just going through turns 18 into 19 now. Let's hope that Dangerous Dave just sticks to it, keeps going. You don't know what will happen. Could get a safety car. And could be brought right back into this race with that safety car. J7BP though, within DRS range of Raspian now. I think with Raspian he tried pushing a bit too hard, trying to keep himself out of DRS range, which cost him that 3 second time penalty. And now he's going to come under heavy attack from J7BP, who has the DRS. We've got Ryu Master off track again, having a moment through turns 12. As Carlito now picking up a 3 second time penalty. Who's going to be the person to not pick up any time penalties here this evening? Dusty Bassoon doing a lot better than he was last night time penalty wise so far. As Ace Drakes is having to defend from the Mercedes driver. The Mercedes driver trying to get past Ace Drakes, 4 seconds adrift from P9, and that battle goes up to P4. So from P4 to P9, they're in DRS range. More leader just dropping out of DRS range there. Maybe had a bit of a moment which has cost him potentially the DRS, but Raspian now has J7BP all over the back of him. J7BP just needs a good exit here and gets it, and he's right on the rear of that McLaren. This is going to be an easy move, and J7BP may lose 2 positions before turn 1 here, because Raza Gamer also has the DRS. He has a little look on the McLaren. Are they going to go side by side? Nope. Raza just backs out there. Doesn't want to be going side by side through turn 1 and 2, costing himself a time penalty, which could easily happen there. Easily happen. But lap 8, the lads are doing well so far. Let's just have a little look for this little battle here. Nello out of DRS range in P9. As we've got both the V-carb drivers next to one another. Ace Drake's picking up a time penalty. Astris with another one. That's 6 seconds now for Astris. Nox Desiree also picks up one. The time penalties are now starting to come in. They are racking up, people. As the Red Bull of Wonderboy, they're making a bit of a mistake through the chicane. That puts more leader within striking distance. Hayden Cole, another 3 second time penalty. Someone's at a moment, I think Nox Desiree through turn 18 and 19 is at a moment. The V-carb driver's trying to go through. J7BP gets passed by Raspian up at the front. And it's Astris and Obo Alf up into P4 and 5. But Astris with that time penalty is going to drop out of these points positions. These good scoring points positions. As now we've got a good battle. We've got a couple of battles. We've got Dusty trying to chase down Wonderboy, and this little pack finds himself 5 seconds adrift in at P9. He's bringing along Top G with him. Top G's got some decent pace as well, so hopefully these two can work together here to try and pull themselves within DRS range of this little battle. Raspian with another 3 second time penalty. This top three need to find some pace, pull themselves away from Astris, who's currently 5.7 seconds away. So if they can get some more time here to the chasing pack of Astris and that, Raspian will be able to keep the P3. It all depends on if he picks up any more time penalties in this race. As already Oberwalf lap 10 into the pits. Ace Drake's picking up another 3 second time penalty there. But Obo choosing to pit early. It goes on to the hards. Lap 10 for Obo. As Carlito up to P10. Getting past Ace Drakes there. Got a nice couple of battles on track. Night Owl. It's similar. Thank God I'm not here today. Nice to see you, Night Owl, in the chat, mate. How we doing, Night Owl? Gutted you haven't been racing, mate. And I'm deadly serious here when I say that. I miss you on track. Absolutely quality driver. Good to hear it, mate. Good to hear it. As we see D-Slice having a bit of an issue there through turn 12. Getting a bit wobbly on the exit in the background. But J7BP in the lead of the race at this moment in time. Into turns 1 and 2, that front pack go. They've got a nice gap now, 6.6 seconds as we see. That's Ace Drake, sorry, going into the pits, getting off the mediums. Dusty Bassoon, 3 second time penalty. I'm not racing because I'm on hotspot, so shit Wi-Fi, and I'm sick. Oh, mate. Hope you feel better soon, and hotspot, yeah, is not the way to go for racing. You get so many desyncs, and it just ruins your race, doesn't it, really? But hopefully, in the next season's battle, I want Razza to cook. I tell you what, Razza has been doing really well recently. I watched him in Streamers and Co race earlier on today at Canada. Only picked up a 3 second time penalty and managed to keep P5 with damage as well. So let's hope that Razza can cook here this evening and not pick up any time penalties. It's going to be an easy P2 for him if he can stay with his pack anyway. But you're probably going to see the McLaren and Razza pit. Nope. Razza seems to be suffering with straight line speed a little bit against the McLaren. Didn't look to go for the move there, but he knows he's just got to play it patient. He knows that Raspian's got a time penalty. But this is where... Oh, it looks like Raspian just let Raza Gamer through there. But now this puts them 2 seconds adrift. Hopefully, I'll be back soon. Yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. If you haven't already done so, sir, I would massively appreciate a follow, if you don't mind. VGMV, 10-second time penalty, speeding into the pit lane. Raza there, just back-end stepping out on him, but keeps that car under control. Raspian seems to be dropping back a little bit. The pace seems to just be evading him here. Raza looking now like he's the quicker driver of the two. But is this the point we're going to see these boys pit now? Definitely, probably the right time for them to pit. Being out of DRS from J7BP. And nope, Raza stays out for another lap. Wants the freshest of hard tyres till the end. As we see Top G with a 3-second time penalty now. Predictions, Raza and Raspian should pit now. Hards are better than mediums now. Yeah, definitely. I think they may have just took it a lap too long with them hard compounder tyres, medium compounder tyres, to be honest. As Nello picks up a 3-second time penalty now. How many people are we going to see with time penalties? I don't know if you was here for the beginning of the stream, Night Owl, but last night in the 25% race in the realistic tier, there was 100 seconds plus of penalties throughout the grid. There was only J7BP who managed to stay penalty free. Only J7BP penalty free, which it helps you win races, to be honest. Staying penalty free, even if you're in at P3. I mean, Raspian has had trouble with the track so far. 6 seconds of time penalties he's on. And More Leader is actually in that thingy where More Leader could actually pick up a podium here. As this Raza stays out, he's going to have one hell of an out lap now. But they need to be going on to the hard compound. He needs to be going on to the hards after this. 3 seconds now, J7BP lead to Raza Gamer. Let's have a look. Dusty Bassoon probably staying out till at least lap 2022, I would say, on those hards. Hayden Cole, another 3-second time penalty. We've got Raspian in the pits. Where's Raspian going to feed back out? He feeds back out in behind the D-slice. So he's going to get a nice little bit of slipstream off that Ferrari. But is he going to get too close? He needs to go for the move into turn 7. You would have thought, to try and get past, because D-slice is going to be slowing him down there. On older tyres, you don't want to be staying behind somebody with them older tyres. You really want to be coming out in clean air, so you can really put the lap together. As Dusty with another 3-second time penalty. That's 6 seconds now for Dusty. But is Raza going into the pits? He is. The Mercedes finally into the pits. As More Leader now moves up into P2 with Astris in behind him. Dusty Bassoon up to P4. Where's Raza Gamer going to come out? Is he going to come out in front of Raspian? Raspian has been held a bit. It's getting very close. Raza's at the exit. And they get past. Raza now is going to have to take the pain in behind the D-slice. As Carlito picks up a 3-second time penalty. But Raza just needs to stay right on the rear of that Ferrari. And needs to get past in turn 7. It's the only place where you can really try and send it down the inside. But D-slice does have a good defense and holds on to that position. But Raza's got a good exit. He's going for it. Raza now past D-slice. And has done well there. Just needs to get back within DRS range of Raspian. More leader though, 9 seconds adrift from J7BP. J7BP has just been in a world of his own once he got past. And if Raspian didn't let Raza past, they probably could have potentially worked together to try and get a bit closer to J7BP. But his pace has been phenomenal in this race. And he seems to be enjoying this Imola track. Not feared of the track limits. As Raspian with the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:16.804 we've seen there. As the D slides into the pits. He goes. So, more leader has been passed by Astris at some point, maybe down the DRS straight. But Astris does carry with him a 6-second time penalty, as well as Dusty Bassoud also with that 6-second time penalty, who's trying to catch up to this little pack here. He's got some good pace. He is catching slowly but surely in that Mercedes. But Raza just hasn't been able to get the tyres as fired up as Raspian so far. He's dropped further back on this lap. 2.685 now, 2.7 as Hayden Cole with another 3-second time penalty. It's got to be at least 12 seconds now for Hayden. As we're on the halfway point now, let's have a quick look at the penalties. And only Nox Desiree and Ryu Master with 3 seconds. The rest of the people you see there are on 6. But Ace Drake's on 9 seconds as well as Hayden Cole. Astris with another, so that's Astris up to 9 seconds now. It's almost as if, like, with Imola, you just have to be patient. Patience is your best friend here at Imola, because if you can be patient and keep it within those white lines, if you're with it as Raspian now, 9 seconds for Raspian. Astris is into the pits. Dangerous Dave with the 3 second as well. So that's going to be, I think, 9 seconds for Dangerous Dave. So I think we're slowly but surely creeping up to that 100 mark. So far, J7BP, More Leader, Raza Gamer, Oberwolf, Wonderboy, and the D-Slice, penalty free. The rest of the grid all carrying time penalties. But Raspian seems to be enjoying the hard compounder tyre. Feels a lot more comfortable. Yes, Ash! Oi, oi! How we doing, bro? The son, my child, has arrived. How's Mrs. Ash? She doing alright? Top G with another 3 second time. We've got to be near the 100. We'll have to count them up on lap 30. We'll count up the time penalties at lap 30. Oh, it's Raza, no! Just pushing a bit too hard there. Raza picks up a 3 second time penalty. He's still going to pick up a podium though. Regardless. Nello with another 3 seconds. That's got to be 9 now at least for Nello. Ace Drakes with another one. That's 12 for Ace Drakes. We've got to be at the 100 mark. Got to be. Good. Cheers was just on VC with Nello and Carl and Dave, but want to let them race. Yeah, it can be like, that's why I prefer to be on my own, me. I'm doing very well, mate. Doing very well. Ace Drake's 10-second time penalty for a massive corner cut there. That's probably going to be him out of the race. Could see him going into the pit lane at the end of this one. But yeah, I'm doing really well, mate. Looking forward to Christmas. Had a driving lesson today. And I'll be honest, got a bit emotional. Just everything catching up with me, with my stepdad. How he is A-Strakes, another 10-second speeding in the pit lane. And how he is not retired, I don't know. But, yeah, and it felt like I was just going backwards in my driving lesson. Just the pressure of everything, the thingy. Did you get your son a Christmas present? I did. Don't you worry. yeah, I am. I had to just take a little break. We pulled up, and my driving instructor gave me a little bit of a pep talk. And sometimes you just need that pep talk, don't you? You just need that thingy of just carry on. You know, you can do this. Just keep going. And that's what he did. We had the pep talk, and I continued on and finished the last hour. I had a 2-hour lesson. I think it might be my trainers. I don't know. Like, I went with a different pair of trainers today, and they just feel a bit wider. So I felt like I was catching myself, and then it was fucking up my clutch. So yeah. But you just got to keep going in the face of adversity. You've just got to keep going and keep putting the time into what you want to do and what you want to achieve. Yeah, you got it, bro. I know you do. I can't be there in the car with you, but I'll cheer you on. Nice one, mate. Nice one. But yeah, I mean, it like my driving instructor was saying, you do have to go backwards sometimes before you can go forwards, because you get used to driving a certain way, and then they're adding everything else, which kind of throws you off a bit. But we've got more leader into the pits, onto the mediums. J7BP gonna come out in some nice clean area on the mediums. Gets in the gap between Razza and Raspian, so he's going to be on the back of Raspian very, very soon. Can see him having a little bit of a weave there, trying to get the temperature up in them tyres. But yeah, my test is actually on the 2nd of February, so the lessons are coming thick and fast. I've got a lesson on the 27th. I've got an hour in the morning and then an hour in the evening. So hopefully that's just driving about, just getting that clutch control right and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm all ready for Christmas. Hope everybody. Are you watching the fight tonight, Ash? Usyk versus Fury. As Dusty Bassoon's in the pits, A-Strakes, another 3-second time penalty. We've got to be on record. This has got to be the record now. Nice power. You got it once. You do. Come drive to me. I'll buy you Mackies. Hey, I'll be going visiting a few people. I won't lie. Love to meet everybody in the league and everybody in comms who I know. Be great to just put a face to the 10-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane. A-Strakes out of the session. Good. You'll have to get in VC. I'll watch it in VC. We'll have to get in VC, the VC, and watch it. Sansa, what are you chewing? What have you ripped apart for 1 second, people? The dog's just been chewing something. My daughter's not going to be impressed. She's had one of her bloody thingies chewed up. I'd like to say thank you to Mike in the chat, giving the follow. Thank you very, very much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the race. Sorry about that little break there. But pets, they're a pain. Sansa! Here. Come on. I'm a big idiot. She's a tool, but I love her to bits. It's trying to be Whereabouts are you? I'm in Bournemouth. I am in Manchester. And I won't mind visiting Bournemouth, actually. If you're old enough, lad, I'll book an hotel, we'll go out on the piss. Get Nello, get Carlito. Because I've been down and met Nello and Carlito. They're in Bezic. Been down and met them. That was a fun night. But caution, sector 1. Top G, 3-second time penalty. Thought we was going to have a safety car, late safety car there, but it's carried on. Someone's diving into the pits there. Top G into the pit lane. Raspian in the lead of this race. J7BP trying to chase down. But Raspian's got some bloody pace. It trying to be a nonce. Do you actually, have you done a bit of a typo there? Or have you written something wrong? Mike Ducasis, great to have you joining the community of the commentator here. But Ash, I think you've written something wrong there, mate. Knocks Desiree with a 3-second time penalty. Let's have a look at the time penalties. Let's try and count them up. So 9, 12, 18, 27, 33, 42, 54, 66, 72, 78, 84. 84 seconds so far. And Nello picks up a 10-second time penalty, so call that 94. But we're closing in on the final few laps. Raspian leading this race, but with a 9-second time penalty. J7BP in at P2. Raza Gamer P3. Dusty 7 seconds adrift from Raza, but Dusty also carrying a heavy time penalty, with both Nox Desiree and Astris also carrying time penalties in behind. If More Leader, Obo and Wonderboy can catch, well, More Leader and Obo can catch Astris, they're going to go up a few positions here, because there's only J7BP, More Leader, Obo, Wonderboy and the D-Slice penalty free so far. Dusty with the fastest lap of the race. There. As now you can see it's quite gapped. There's only this little battle here that's going on at this moment in time. Astris pulling along Nox Desiree, More Leader. There's only More Leader that can really pick up a good position here at this moment in time. As Nox Desiree gets past Astris there. Astris making a mistake through turn 12. J7BP is closing to the back of Raspian now. Getting very close to getting into DRS range. Can see him on the track map as well. They're on the way down into turn 1. Now More Leader having a little look on Nox Desiree and on Astris. Astris holds the position though in front of More Leader. Dusty is catching Razza. It was 7 seconds. The gap is now down to 5. We've got Top G trying. Oh, Top G's in the pits. Top G maybe going for the fastest lap of the race. Razza with another 3-second time penalty. He's still going to hold his position though, as Dusty does have 9 seconds. So Razza will hold that position that he's currently in. But the lad's doing really well compared to last night. Penalties were abundant. And they had 100 plus with just 13 drivers, I think it was. But more leader gets a great exit here. Has Astris just played a... Oh, Astris has got heavy damage on that front. Lost the front right end plate. So that's going to cost him. Did more leader get DRS? He did. So he's able to pull away here, which is good for more leader. Won't feel any pressure from Nox Desiree going down the straight. But yeah, this is the only battle that's really going on track at this minute. We've got Raspian. Oh, J7BP's through. He's up into the lead of the race. Astris with another 3-second time penalty. But J7BP... Raspian doing well. Raspian's got some good pace still on these hards. It's just a shame that he's picked up all the penalties that he's picked up. This could have been a thrilling end to the race, as he does have DRS, which is helping him now pull away from Razza Gamer as well. Razza can still inherit P2 here. I think. I'm not too sure. I think he might not be able to anymore, because of the gap and the penalties that he's on. So Raspian on 9. Yeah, he's not going to inherit it now. Razza's on 6. There's a 3-second gap. So it'll still be P3 for Razza Gamer. So person who's gained most positions, Dusty Bassoon up 11. Astris, virtual safety car. Astris off there in turn 7, way off the track, out of the race. Astris left the session. But now we're under virtual safety car conditions. Is anybody chanced going on to a fresh set of tyres? As Dusty pursued a 20-second time penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. What has happened to Dusty? 20-second time penalty. 26 seconds. If he picks up another penalty, that's going to be it for Dusty. Nello's on 22. Aiden Cole's on 18. Wow. And Nello picks up a drive-through. Nello's race started off absolutely amazing. I'm sure he was on an absolute high, the position that he was in after qualifying. And then he's now been served with a drive-through penalty. And the leaders are catching him. The leader's just going through turn 18 now. Nello's saving graces. He's going to come out of the pits with plenty of space. But are those front two going to catch him up? We are on the penultimate lap here at Evolution Racing at Imola. And Raspian leads, but he has a hefty penalty. J7BP will pick up the win. Razagamer needs to push like hell to get under that 3 seconds, to take that P2 away from Raspian. He needs to get it under 3 seconds, does Razza. That's what he needs now. Dusty with another 3 second time penalty. Wow. 29 seconds for Dusty. Mental. One to forget. And there's another one. 32 seconds for Dusty Bassoon. Top G and J7BP is going to try and take the lead of this race on the final lap. He's got the move done. Raspian trying to battle it back. Raspian's both using the ERS side by side. That's great side by side action from the McLaren and the Alpine driver there. But J7BP will have the advantage on the tyres. Raspian still fighting this. He's got the inside line. Takes the lead. Dangerous Dave, another 3 second time penalty. I think Dusty's pushed us over the record. As Dusty with another one. That's 35 seconds of time penalties for Dusty Bassoon. And 10-second time penalty for cutting corners. Jesus. 45 seconds. But here he comes, Raspian, round the final corner. He will take the victory on track, but J7BP will take the win without any penalties. Razza Gamer does get it. He gets P2. Razza manages to steal P2 away from Raspian. Morlida jumps up into P4, knocks Desiree P5. Dusty's going to drop way off because Oberwolf gets P6. Where's Wonderboy? Is Wonderboy going to jump above Dusty here? Wonderboy jumps above Dusty. Hayden Colwalton too far back. Carlito here coming home in P10. Going to be proud of that one. Great result for it, Carlito. Carlito gets P8 actually. Well done. That was a great race. A lot of penalties picked up. Dusty, it just kind of unfolded for him. And J7BP, and he did it last night as well. Oh my God, he's got driver of the day as well. Oh no. Gets driver of the day. What a brilliant race for J7BP though. Picks up the win. Extends his championship lead now to, it's got to be nearly 50 points. Just shy of 50-point lead now for J7BP. But what a race. Razza Gamer, great result for him. P2, I'm sure he's going to be over the moon with that. Absolutely amazing result for Razza Gamer. P2, well done to Razza. But J7BP with the win. And there is a healthy amount of penalties there, people. A healthy amount. I would say 100 plus throughout the grid. Easily. But that's it. That is all we have got for you this evening. And it is all you've got for the next maybe week or two. As we go into the season break here at Evolution Racing. Yeah, we'll be on a break now until I think it's got to be at least the second week in January, I think it is. So It's been an absolutely great first half of the season from Evolution Racing. J7BP goes into the season break with one hell of a lead up at the top. And I just want to wish everybody at Evolution Racing a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I will hope to speak to you all soon. We'll hopefully get some social races in. I think there's one that I might be taking part in on Monday. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant to see. And yeah, everybody, have an amazing Christmas. I hope you all enjoy the fight this evening. But yeah, take care, and we will see you in the new year. Thanks everybody for joining. And Razza there, come on, yes, enjoy it, Razza. Great P2 there, brother. Absolutely well deserved, mate. You had one hell of a race. Brilliant result for you. Absolutely chuffed to bits for you, mate. That's a well deserved P2. That well deserved. But yeah, that is all. Take care, people. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and good night.